Ah, what's good, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Gamer Show. I'm one half of the host, Fred Y. Everybody watching on Facebook, Twitch TV, and YouTube, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time, please subscribe, please like, please follow. The Gamer Show, we talk about more than games, right? So a lot of people have a misconception about the Game Show. They have that misconception that we only talk about video games and do unboxings and stuff like that. Well, we have to change the format a little bit because a lot of people that thought that, gamers were like big nerds and stuff like that. We go through relationships and losses and things like that. So some of the topics that we talk about are a little bit risque, but it's what everybody goes through, not just gamers. So just to jump into it, before I started the show, I reached out to a couple of female friends of mine, asking them to come on the show because I wanted them to put their point of view on it. I just didn't want to have a male perspective on this topic. So let's jump right into it. Can a male and a female be good friends without any type of hidden ulterior motives, right? I say that because I just saw earlier today a comment that Steve Harvey made saying that it's impossible for a man and a woman to be friends because the man is looking for that crack to slide in. You know what I'm saying? That vulnerable moment. Or it could be on the female side too. Y'all do it as well. Looking for that crack to slip in. You know what I'm saying? If something's going down, you know what I'm saying? You got that good friend in there and like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Things gonna be all right. And, things go down under the sheets. It's really all over the place. Let me get rid of this gum. It's good though. Yeah, no. I agree with him and then I disagree with him. Now, everybody is a lot different. Let me get the chats going on. Everybody is a lot different, right? Hey, what's up, Bird? Yeah, it depends on the person. Now, that's what Bird said. For those that's watching on Facebook, you can't see the YouTube and Twitch TV comments. What it is, truthfully, TV comments. What it is, truthfully, is that sometimes that is the case. Sometimes a male becomes friends with a female because he didn't get the hit. Now, let me put the advisory warning up here because a lot of y'all may get offended. And where's the advisory warning? Well, those of you all that watch the show know I use colorful language, and this is a topic not meant to, not for kids. So this episode is not meant for kids to watch because there may be some colorful language presented every now and then. But that is the case sometimes. Males do befriend females because they couldn't hit, you know what I'm saying? And they're looking for that opportunity to hit. And then sometimes that may form into a genuine friendship. Now that may be the case, and it may be the case with females too. Females, they may befriend one of their male friends in the open chance of, you know what I'm saying, them, bumping, getting into an entanglement. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's all over the board with that, and it's just depending on how you feel. Now, when a person gets into a relationship, that becomes more complicated because the person that you with may not necessarily feel that way. And if they feel that way, sometimes it could be insecurities, right? If you if you're doing what you're supposed to do, right, and you're giving the attention, now this is males and females. If you're giving the attention to the person that you're dating with, there's no need for you to go outside the home. You know what I'm saying? The only time when people cheat, right? People only cheat when they're not getting what they need from their spouse. You know what I'm saying? And this is from everybody. This is from gay, straight. This is where they go outside the house. You know what I'm saying? There may be a miscommunication. There may just be a settlement for that person. It could be different, any other different scenarios. So you just got to be careful for that. I tell you, my personal experience, you know, whenever I'm in a relationship, I don't cheat. Number one, it's too expensive, right? When you cheat, that's an added cost. That's an added bill. You know what I'm saying? You might as well get a bill in the mail right beside the Pepco or the cable bill. Because when you cheat, you need a certain expense for that. You need a clothing dispense. You need money for like dating, going out, you know, to, well, not right now with this pandemic going on, but you needed money for the, you know, the movies, dinner. And then when you take somebody out, they always want to order on the, you know, the most expensive side of the menu. You know, before, when you come to this joint and you come with your girlfriends and you're paying, you're only ordering the burger and the, you know what I'm saying, the fries. Now you want to order steak, potatoes, and all this other stuff just because you're going out with somebody. And then, you know, gas money. You know what I'm saying? You got to put $5 in the tank to pick them up and $5 in the tank to go home. You know, that's an expense that I'm not willing to pay. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't cheat. You know, it's just too expensive. And then I have morals because I don't want nobody to do it to me. You understand? But getting back to the topic at hand, females and males can coexist without being having any type of sexual tension in there. It's depending on how that relationship started out, how that relationship developed in the beginning. And I'll tell you one thing about me, right? I had a good friend. We used to work at a department store together, but I had a good friend, and there was no sexual tension between us. And I'm going to tell you why that statement is so true. She used to spend the night over the house, and we would watch movies, and we would sleep in the same bed, right? There was no type of touching, no nothing, no, and it could have easily been done because she was not even 1 foot in front of me. I could have easily turned over and tried to put some moves on it. But when we formed our friendship, it was out of friendship, and she was a very, very attractive girl. Very, very attractive girl. And we slept in the same bed, man. And we used to go out like it was like we were a couple. You understand what I'm saying? And everybody at the store that I was working at always assumed that we were in some type of relationship, but that was furthest from the truth. That was, I'm telling you, this was a real pretty attractive female. You understand what I'm saying? And I never approached her like that. So that's a case that could be taught. I mean, you wouldn't do that if you're inside a relationship with somebody. You wouldn't, that part of the friendship that you would have to cut out. You know, you understand what I'm saying? But as far as males being good friends with females or females being good friends with males, it's a toss up. Now, you ladies, you know what I'm saying? Y'all guilty of that too. You befriend a guy thinking that, you know, he's in a relationship now, and maybe if he gets out of that relationship, then you can have him. You understand what I'm saying? Males and females, the same. That's why I wanted a female to come on this show to weigh in on that topic. But it really goes both ways, right? Really does. And if you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't sit up here and be like, you can't have any more opposite sex friends, You know what I'm saying? Because that pushes into your insecurity. If you're insecure about the person that you're dating with, first of all, you shouldn't be in the relationship. You shouldn't be in a relationship at all. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. I'm a dog. Hold up. What's up, Aunt? This is the Facebook side. Showered and tell how to move. Nah, man. Um, nah. It was never like that between me and her, man. Never like that. Um, but you need that opposite sex as a friend, right? Because you can't have two. I mean, you can, but just hanging around the same sex all the time, you know what I'm saying? It's good to hang around your boys or girls, to hang around your girlfriends and stuff like that. And you have your nights out and things like that. But you need a perspective from the other side. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever your preference is of dating a choice. You need that other side because you can't, I can't talk to my boy and get a good advice on how to do something or whatever for your lady. You know what I mean? Because majority of the guys, depending on the cats that you hang around with, only think of one thing. They only think about the booty. You understand what I'm saying? They only think about the booty. So you can't really get a definitive or honest answer when you hang around too much of the same sex of people. You understand me? So you need that other side because they can better understand. So like you need that for males. You need that female side because you may be an asshole one day to your girl or something may be going on with her and you think, oh man, she going through a period. That's why she acting like that, this, that, and the other. And that may not be the case. It may be something other than that. And most men are too macho to be sensitive to the person that they're dating. You understand what I mean? So you need that female side to school you on that level. Even if you're a young cat and an old head trying to school you on that, they really can't school you on that female side because they have not lived that life. So that's where you need that female perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Same as females. Your man may be going through something that you just don't understand because you're not in his shoes. And you can't understand that. See, males and females are so complicated that if we spent a million years together, we would never be able to figure out each other 100%. But another female can sense that stuff because she has been through it before. You know what I mean? So you can go to your female friend and say this, that, and the other, and you can get a clear perspective on what you need to do or what's your next move on that. Same as males. Males need to go to their female friends and be like, hey, whoop-de-woo, and she tell you, all right, and then, you know what I mean? Then you can get a clear perspective. Now, on the other case scenario, there are people that do befriend somebody because they weren't able to sleep with them. And that, everybody has had that encounter before. And some people develop that type of friendship into a good friendship later on down the line. You know what I'm saying? But maybe sometimes there's still an inkling in the background saying, hey, if a crack happens, I'm going to be in there. You know what I mean? You got to be honest with yourself, right? If you are in a situation where you have a friend that you think is really attractive, right? And something happens and you see an opportunity to go in there, would you do it? Would you? Seriously, would you do it? And be honest with yourself. Would you do it? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Some people would, some people wouldn't. You understand what I'm saying? Me, for instance, I wouldn't. I mean, I'm honestly the most unapproachable person when I'm out in the street. And it's not because I have a bad attitude. It's that I'm not even looking for a hookup or I'm not even looking in the direction. I may see if Janet Jackson walked down the street, I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Or Sade walked down the street, I'd be like, yeah. But for me, for instance, like, I wouldn't go for it. You know what I mean? Okay, so back in the day when I was doing security at Go-Go's, you know what I'm saying? The security guards, besides the bandmates, would get the pick of the litter first, so say, right? So, when I was bouncing at the Lapina, Icebox, the Ibex, the Taj Mahal, I used to get a lot of play back there, right? But I never went for the females that was real scantily dressed, right? Because when the females will come to the Go-Go's, especially when you go see JY, and Titty Bob come on, then bras are coming off and shirts are coming up. You know what I'm saying? Or shirts coming up and bras are coming off, right? So I was never attracted to that type of female, right? Park said, "I don't want it if it's that easy." That's a true statement, right? And this is the thing for me. I have a lot of attractive female friends, and they're not just because I couldn't sleep with them. It's just because we were good friends. You know what I'm saying? And some females that I have that are really attractive, we kicked it off. Some of them were like, this nigga right here, because they thought that I was trying to get at them, and that's not the case. My thing is, and I'm not trying to say this, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but if you get offended, oh well, put your grown up pants on and move on, right? You can have all the beauty in the world, right? You can be this sexy female. You could be Sade mixed with Janet Jackson. You understand what I'm saying? But if you ain't got nothing up here, there's no point of us even doing it. What are we doing here? Because your attractiveness is not going to help us further down in life. It may help us to get out of a speeding ticket if you flirt with the cop. You dig? But other than that, if you ain't got nothing up here, there's no need for us to do anything. If we got to eat at the carryout every day, there's no need for us to do anything. You understand what I'm saying? Damn, son. I gotta. Yeah. Anthony said, "Damn, son, I gotta go out with you." Yeah. If you don't have anything up here, if you can't do anything, if your best quality, and this is male and female, if your best quality is your looks, and you got a couple of polo shirts, and you got a nice ride, what else you got to offer? Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you have an intelligent conversation? Can you can you work? Do you have a 9 to 5? Have you filled out a W-2? I mean, there are multiple things, situations. Good looks don't get you in life too far, because at the end of the day, that Comcast bill don't care if you attractive or not. It wants its money. You dig what I'm saying? So that's facts, man. And a lot of people, a lot of attractive people think that their looks can get you by far. Let me tell you how I did it when I was younger, right? So every time that I went out on a date with a female, it was an investment. I'll tell you why it was an investment. Because every time I went out on a date, I was looking at the long-term situation. Like, am I going to be with this person? Right? Are we going to be together for some weeks, a month, a year, or this is going to be everlasting? So that's how I always went into the situations. And some of the girls that I dated, not all of them, I've always had a long relationship because that's the way that I carried it, right? So this is how my dates will go. When I would talk to him on the phone, I would explain everything. I would put it down on the line. Like, look, yo, If we go out, you gonna pay for your meal, I'm gonna pay for my meal. You know what I mean? Or if I pay for dinner, you pay for the movies. It's gonna be an equal thing, so I don't go out and be like, all right, well, I've lost. I done spent all this money, and it's not. I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying, okay, I didn't get no ass at the end of the date. That's not what the goal for me was. The goal for me was, if I'm going to be compatible with this person, is it going to be a long term thing? Because money to me, I like things, right? I love things. I love getting things. I love spending money on myself. If I have to spend too much money on you, that's going to be a problem, because if I'm not getting that reciprocation back, there's no need for us to even deal with each other. So that's how I've always been. We go to Sizzlers, yo, it's going to be 2 separate checks. Let's see how you handle that. We go to the Pancake House, 2 separate checks. We go to the movies. Yeah, I'll get it. You get the popcorn. And it don't even have to be like, okay, I paid $6 for the each ticket. Okay, now you got to pay buy, what I'm saying, some juicy fruits and all this other stuff. But me, when I went out on a date, I went to the movies. I took you to the Dollar Theater, right? I spent $2. You know what I'm saying? The Dollar Theater that was across the street from Andrews Air Force Base, or the Dollar Theater that was on Kenilworth Avenue, right? So I spent $1. You know what I'm saying? Put $4 in the tank. You know what I'm saying? Put that extra dollar on your ticket. And gas was pretty cheap then. And it was just picking you up and drop maybe $7 in the tank. You know what I mean? Picking you up, dropping you off. And that would be it. Right? We'll see if we are compatible with that. I'll lose $1. $1 ain't too much. I can make $1 back. But anything over that would have been an expense that I didn't want to occur, right? And when I started going out with chicks with that, a lot of them be like, man, you cheap ass and all this other stuff. So what? If you wanted something more than that, then what's wrong with your pockets? If I'm cheap, I'm paying for everything. You're not coming out of your pocket. Now who's the cheap one? You understand? It's an investment. Dating to me was always an investment. But when I did get comfortable with the person that I was dating, then the expense, there was no cause to that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care. Money wasn't an object, because I was getting the same back. But at the beginning, you get $1 movie and maybe, you know what I mean, how much was hamburgers at that time? Because cheeseburgers was a lot more expensive than that. Yeah. So I forget what it was, but that's just how I did things, and I was successful in that dating part of the aspect. That's why I've always had long relationships, right? And I never jumped the gun to anything, right? And then sometimes I would meet, in the course of me courting or dating or something like that, you can tell by the first interaction when you meet a female or meet the opposite sex that you're talking to. You may go into the intentions with dating them, like, yeah, man, she fine as I don't know what, or he's cute as I don't know what. And then them couple of words in that conversation would either say, well, I don't think this is going to be profitable for me. I'm gonna have to leave this one alone. You dig what I'm saying? So I think every interaction that a male and a female goes through, there is some type of attraction there on one point, either on either side, because that's where the interaction goes. But just on a regular side, man, it's just like you can interact with somebody and just be friends. You know what I mean? Sometimes the other party gets it a little misconstrued about the interaction, and the person thinks that, yeah, they want to be, they want to be involved with the person, or that person wants to be involved with them. And that's necessarily not always the case. You can't always read the room like that. Just because somebody is showing you some attention, somebody's talking to you, that doesn't mean that the person wants to jump your bones. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people out here got morals, and some people don't. Some people just look at the body or look at the possessions that the person have, and they jump in right away, and then they find out that the water's just too deep, and they wind up drowning, man. And that's the type of situations that most people go into. But as far as like men and women cohabitating as friends, it can be done on both parts. But there are instances where if something were to happen, you know, something might happen. This is a scenario that some people may go through. Okay, so one person is in a relationship, and the other person is giving that person advice. You know what I'm saying? Cheerful advice. Yeah, man, you should do this, that. Yeah, you know what I mean? And they're more in on the other person's side than on your side. And then when something happens, like, you know, some type of turmoil goes around, and, you know, you just, something's going disarray with the relationship, then that's when they already got the seed planted in them, because you already think, yeah, that person is a good friend. They're always giving me advice. And then you start to think, well, the other person is giving me all this advice, and they're saying and doing the stuff, well, they're saying the stuff that I want that person I was dating to do. That person, you know, my friend, why don't I just try them? You know what I mean? Because they're saying all the right things. And sometimes that's just a person planting a seed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes years for an oak tree to grow. You know, you just can't put it in the dirt and then expect it to be this massive, beautiful tree. You know what I'm saying? And some people plant these seeds in others, and then, you know, at the right time they go harvest that crop. And that's what it is sometimes. But it's either way, man. You know, I was going into this topic thinking that, yeah, they can be friends. But the more and more I talk about it now, I can see Steve Harvey's point of view. But just to say you cannot be friends with the opposite sex totally, that's totally wrong, man. That's totally wrong. You can. It's just the way that you have to conduct yourself. You know what I mean? You do. You can be friends with the opposite sex. It doesn't have to be that part where you have to worry about any type of infidelities or stuff like that. And for you people that's in relationships, stop acting like an ass when the person that you're dating have the opposite sex of friends. Stop being an ass. Stop being so damn jealous of the situation, right? Because that's showing your insecurities. You can't be insecure about that situation, right? Because if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and the other person is doing what they're supposed to be doing, then you have nothing to worry about. When you run outside the house, you see attractive people all the time, right? And it's up to you to decide how you're going to interact with those type of people. Is it good at home? If it's not good at home, are you venturing out somewhere else? Well, if that's the case, then you don't need to be in that part. If you want to be free, then be free. Don't hold somebody up and you're not feeling the same way that person is feeling. You're doing a disservice to yourself and them, because you could be happy on the other side than being with that person, and vice versa. That person could have a happy life, and y'all can both be good. You know what I mean? Not everybody is meant to be together. Not everybody is meant to be together. You understand what I'm saying? So it's not. It's not. You just can't. You just can't do that. You just can't do that. Right. Um. This is the thing. Just relationships in itself is complicated. It's complicated. And the things that people do at the beginning should be a continuation through the course. Now, am I guilty of this? Yeah, everybody is. Everybody is. Things things in life happen. Sometimes you could do shit about it. Sometimes you can't. So I'm not a relationship coach. I'm not the best at giving advice. Me, I don't interfere with other people's relationships. What you doing inside your relationship is what you doing. I have no concern about that. You do you, I'ma do me. I'm not getting into your shit. Don't ask me about no advice in your shit because I'm not going to give you an answer. That's not my place. That's up to you to discuss between the person that you're with. You dig? But you can insecurities is the one thing that throws off a relationship. Insecurities is the thing that causes relationships to fail. You got to trust the person that you're with, first of all. If you don't have no trust, there's no relationship. It's like, what are we doing here? There's no trust. What are we doing? There's nothing here to do. And you got to understand the person. If you've been with a person for a exorbitant amount of time, you should know how that person flows. See, me, I tell you, communication is a real big problem of what I go through, right? Communication. That's me. That's my downfall, right? It's just the way that I am sometimes, you know. And with some of the people that know what I am and what I go through, it's just like it's a point where I just shut down, and just at that time you don't feel like discussing anything because you're going through so much shit. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. I get to a point where, I don't even talk on the phone or call anybody because I'm chilling. I just want to be left alone. Don't call me. I'm not going to answer the phone. I may see, I see your number, but I'm not going to respond. I just get in my mood sometimes. You know what I mean? So communication for me, that's a big ass problem. That's a big ass problem. But with that being said, I mean y'all just gotta chill on this. And damn, I just wish I had contacted a couple of people before I started doing the show, because somebody had called me up and we were talking, and I was like, that's the reason. That's one of the topics that I wanted to get. I mean, he was going through something with his old lady, and I ain't give him no advice. I just, it is what it is, man. You gotta talk to her. Don't talk to me. You gotta talk to her and shit. And then this topic just came back up. You know what I'm saying? So I wish I could have got a friend of mine that was on here when I called her. I wish I could have got her on here to discuss this. But yeah, you need that. You need that friend. You need that opposite sex friend, because that's a true friend, that don't have any hidden ulterior motives. You need that friend, because that friend could probably understand your better half better than you can. Look, Men will never understand women 100%. We would never understand you all 100%. And that's a given fact. Females will never understand a man 100%. Never. Never. That's why a mother could never, a mother is a good source of raising their kids, right? But to a man, trying to teach a boy how to become a man, a mother cannot do that on her own. Just like a father cannot raise his daughter and teach her how to be a woman, a grown woman. He can't. It's impossible because you don't go through those shoes that your the father doesn't go through the shoes of a daughter. You'll see the things that happen, but you don't go through the shoes of the daughter because you didn't grow up that way. Just like a female didn't grow up that way, so she can't walk in the shoes of her son. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for you to keep these bonds with the opposite sex. See, me, I have no problem. I have no problem. You know what I mean? So therefore, nobody should have a problem with me. The end of the day, pussy don't move me. It don't. It's not a motivation to get things done. It's not. So when I step outside and if I'm approached by, an attractive woman or something like that, I'm not going to go Google eyes over you. First of all, there's nothing that we need to talk about. There's absolutely nothing that we need to discuss. There's no reason for us to, you know what I'm saying, somebody brand new. I'm saying somebody brand new female. There's nothing for us to discuss. We have nothing in common. I guarantee you. We might have something in common, but for me, I'm not the person that's willing to find out if we do or not. That's just me. I've been approached by like just friends or females. It's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm honest. I am the most rudest person out there in the street because I may hear you. I've developed something where I've learned to tune people out. And even I was in my car one day and a good friend pulled up beside me and like, Fred. And I heard the person. I'm just not looking at them. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm out in the street. I was doing something. That part, I don't care who that is. You know what I'm saying? So later on, like as I'm driving off, I get a call. And normally I don't answer my phone when I'm driving because of the career that I do. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I'm trained not to answer my phone. You know what I'm saying? Why? I'm trained not to look at my phone. It's just a habit. So when I stopped to where I was at, I see this text. Like, I drove up beside you. I seen you in the car. I was like, oh, okay. So stuff like that. You know what I mean? You got to know that you're comfortable with your person going, the person that you're dating going outside the house. You got to be comfortable with that. You can't have these trust issues, these inclinations or these trust issues. You can't. You know what I mean? It's no reason for a person to do that. You know what I'm saying? You just can't have these build up trust issues with a person befriending the opposite sex. Because y'all can maintain and be good friends. Y'all can. And you can maintain a friendship with somebody and have a platonic relationship with no type of hidden ulterior motives. Now, to say that you don't see attractive people when you walk outside the house would be a lie. There are a lot of attractive people that you come through every day, you see every day. But it's your will to say, okay, if you're in a relationship, It's it's up to you to be like, okay, because everybody looks. Everybody looks. Nobody walks around with blinders on. You know what I mean? Nobody walks with blinders on. But if you're secure with the person that you're with, you shouldn't have to worry about anything. That's all I'm saying. You just have to be okay. You're good. I'm good. And that's how we're going to do it. Problems are going to be in every relation. Jay-Z and Beyonce, I guarantee you, as much money as they got, they go through problems. I guarantee you, Beyonce done wanted him to sleep on the couch a couple of times in their relationship. I guarantee you, Beyonce has cussed Jay-Z out plenty of times. I bet you that Papoose has cursed Remy Ma, or Remy Ma has cursed Papoose out plenty of times. So everybody goes through it, Even Barack and Michelle. I guarantee you, Michelle has called Barack an ass once or twice in their relationship. As poised and as beautiful as that brother is, and y'all see him on screen, I guarantee you that she has called him an ass at least once or twice in their relationship. I guarantee you she has called him an ass in that White House at least once or twice. So not everybody's relationship is perfect. It is what it is. But handling the situation with males and females cohabitating as friends is possible. It's very, very possible. Very, very possible. And there's no hidden ulterior motives there. It is what it is. You know what I mean? I have some friends that I grew up with in high school that I reconnected through with Facebook. Just beautiful people, male and females alike. You know what I mean? Even like some transgender people, and the LGBT. I hope I'm saying that right. I don't mean to be disrespectful, or I'm not making a joke, but the LGBT community, I think it is. Because there was a lot of people that I was friends with in high school and middle school that I knew that was kind of on the other side, but we were good friends. You know what I'm saying? People picked on them. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? You got your good with your bad. You got good gay people. You got bad gay people. All of them are human beings. There's nothing wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? Just because the Kool-Aid is not your flavor, you don't have to drink it. You know what I'm saying? Drink something else. So I've reconnected with so many people through Facebook. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's a beautiful situation. Males and females. And, but there was no like hidden genders behind it. You know what I mean? And even new people that I meet out on the street. Now, when I say I'm unapproachable on the street, don't get me wrong. But if you did come up to me on the street, it's not that I'm being disrespectful, or it's not that I'm being like standoffish. Is if I'm on a mission, if I'm on a certain goal, if I'm doing something, I'm concentrating on that. I'm not concentrating on anything else. So if I get a hey, what's up, man, and I ignore that, I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just that I'm not focused on that part of what I'm doing. If it's something like I'm going to do some videography work or some photography work, and there's somebody else in the room, I'm all about business. That's my thing. I'm not looking at the ass. I'm looking at the dollar, and that's just me. That's just facts. I'm looking at the dollar, not the ass. So, because ass don't pay my bills, dollars do. So that's just the way that I look at things from that perspective. But I'm about to wrap it up because, yeah, I think I've made a point. But For anybody else, if you think that this is a poll, do you think that males and females can be friends, platonic friends, without any type of hidden agendas? Yes or no? Do you think that that's possible? I mean, weigh in on the topic. This may be a healthy discussion with the person that you're dating, the person that you're with, the person uh, that you're thinking about getting with. You know, so that's what it is, man. Can males and females be friends without any ulterior motives? Can they? It's a possibility. They can. I I see where Steve Harvey is coming from with that, but to make a blanket statement to say no, just a general no, that's not true. That's not a true statement. They most definitely can be friends. It's just all the way how you go about it. You dig? So, all right, and um, so I'm getting a call coming in, and I think this is about business, but um, I'm a hold on. Hey, hold on for a second. So that concludes it. I want to thank everybody that's watching on YouTube. Hey, what's up? What's up, man? All right, Bird. So I thank everybody that was watching on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch TV. But just answer the question: can men and females be good friends? It's a possibility. If they don't have any ulterior motives, they can. You just have to watch out for those ones that do have an ulterior motive. And I wish I wish I could have got my friend on the show today, so I could hear a female's point of view. We'll just title this part 1, right? We'll come back and we'll discuss this topic again. But for right now, yeah, y'all can be friends. Steve Harvey made a blanket statement that I don't agree with totally, but you can be friends. Not everybody is out to get ass on encounters. Not everybody that you meet is out to get ass. And some of you ladies that meet these guys, some of y'all just stop thinking that contact with that friend is a potential hookup situation, because that person may not just be there for the hookup. That person may just be there for the friendship, and it's not always. And some of you males, stop thinking just because these ladies are talking to you that they want to, you know what I'm saying, they want to do a Netflix and chill situation with you. And that's not the situation all the time. It just may be a good friend encounter. So y'all stop doing that, man. So we're gonna drop this topic off. We're gonna put this topic on pause, and we're gonna come back to it a little bit later. And yeah, man, I think this is a topic that would get a wide discussion. And yeah, man. So thank you all for watching. And again, thank you for everybody that's watching on YouTube and Twitch TV and on Facebook. And just, this is up for discussion, man. Leave comments, and we'll do this all over again at another date. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow if I can get me a female in here. So y'all be easy, man. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all again soon. Later.